Okay, welcome guys. This is our part 2 of PHP for absolute beginners. If you are new in PHP, I will advise you to go through the part 1 of this course. This is just a continuation of the part 1. It's actually part 1, continuation of part 1. Now we are going to deal with conditional logic, and you'll be wondering, because from our previous classes we studied variables, how to declare your variables, and the various syntaxes you have to use before you can declare a variable. Now we'll be going a little bit higher, and today we'll be dealing with conditional logic. Now, what is conditional logic? Sometimes you can call it logical expression, or conditional expression, or conditionals. Every programming language has a conditional logic. If you are familiar with every other programming language, then this shouldn't be much of a stress for you. Now, conditional logic is all about asking a question. What if? What if we all ask questions in our daily life? So also in programming. What happens if a username and password is incorrect? What happens if I click the submit button? What happens if you are not a registered user of a website? So you have to deal with all these questions with some conditional logic or conditional expressions. Now, these are the structure that you have to follow if you want to state a conditional expression. Now, this is the structure of an if statement. Now, if you want to use an if statement, you type the word if with your brackets or your braces with the information in between those brackets. For instance, here you can see that if variable username has a value of authentic, which is a string, now the curly bracket follows the opening curly bracket. Then the code you want the expression to work on goes in between the curly brackets. This is under structure. The if statement is actually a function. So this is what we are going to do. Today I'll be using Notepad++ for our lesson. And let's quickly dive straight into these tutorials. First, I will type in our opening and closing PHP tags. So, I quickly want to set the language so that the editor will assist me in some ints. So now we want to test the if statement. But before we do that, you need to first declare a variable. And as I've said earlier, if you want to declare a variable, the first thing you need to do is to type in the $sign. So I'm going to declare a variable test. That has a value. Test equals, let's say, 12, which is an integer. And I'm going to declare on that variable, I will call it run, which is another integer. Let me say 50. Now, we want to now check if the value in test is the same or is equal with the value in variable run. This is how to go about it. I say if curly bracket. Okay, so we'll now go back to our if statement. We say if variable test has the value of variable run. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm using the double equal sign here. What the double equal sign actually means is that it means has the same value. What it means is that why is it different from single equal sign? If we use this, what we are telling PHP is that variable test, you are declaring variable run into variable test. So what it means is that since variable run is holding a value of 50 and you are declaring test as a variable, automatically test will carry the value of 50. But that's not what we want to do. We want to see if test has the same value as run. So we'll now say if test has the same value as run, echo they are the same values, or I said they have the same value. So we are going to save this, save as. I've already created a folder. So you guys just create a folder, root folder for yourself. Go to www. Just check out my first class, part 1. You will have a better understanding. So PHP. I will save this as conditional. Sorry, smaller letters. .php, and I save. So I've saved it as conditionals.php. The next thing I'm going to do is to go to my browser. Go to my browser, type host, look for the folder where I've kept my files. Then I type the name of the file, conditional.exe. So, as you can see, there's no information showing up on the browser. This is the reason why it's like that. From the code, we can see that we tested if variable test has the same value as variable run. And since they don't have the same value, we said the question is that do they have the same value? If they have the same value, echo this out. That's they have, sorry, this is they have the same value. But obviously, as you can see, they don't have the same value. Now this brings to question the new conditional called else, the else statement. Now we are going to use the else statement to help the if statement to perform its function. This is how the structure of the else statement looks like. So the next thing we are going to do now is we'll echo to see if this information will be printed out on the browser. So we said if test has the value of run, that's variable test has the value of variable run, we should echo they have the same value, or we say they don't have the same values. We'll save, come to our browser, and we'll refresh. And as you can see, it echoed out they don't have the same values. So this is how to use your conditional logic. We also have the if-else statement. And the if-else statement takes a similar structure like the else-if statement takes a similar structure like the if statement. What do I mean? Now, instead of putting an else here, we can say else if. Else if is actually a function. So, else if. Now, say else if, we'll now test again. If variable tests what are we going to say? We can now say, okay, if variable test equals has the same value or does not, let's say, does not have the same value as variable run. Echo, they don't have the same value. So we'll save this, go back to our browser and refresh. And as you can see, it gives us something similar to what we had before. But usually, when it comes to this situation, this is not really a proper way of using the conditional statement. The proper way is to use the entire length of the conditional statement. You end a conditional statement with the else statement, which comes with its own curly braces. So if we are going to look at this in a proper way, what we are going to do is say, let me put under variable called add equals, let's say, 72. Now, we say if variable test has the same value of variable run, echo they are the same value. Else if variable test has the same value of variable had, you can say they don't have the same value, or else you can just say echo there is only 70. There is only 70 left. So we can do this, save, go to our browser, refresh, and we have there is only 70 left. So you can take your time and go through this video once again. All you just need to do is to pause this video and go back and refreshing your memory. But as we said, let me quickly go through the slide. We said the structure of an if statement takes this form, which we have demonstrated already. That the if, for instance, if we have if function variable user underscore name equals authentic, then we can now say, look at the syntax, how the syntax is being constructed. Then we look at another form of if the conditional statement. Image 1, variable image 1 equals 1, variable image 2 equals 0. We now say if image 1 has the same value as 1, we now say print today is the day. Note that you don't need a semicolon after the if statement. So what it means that after this if function, you don't put a semicolon here. This is wrong. It is not allowed. It won't even work. You will get a syntax error. And the double equal sign actually means has a value of. Now let me show you a real life experience on how you can use the if else statement, especially when you are running a form. Let's assume this is variable user name, and this is variable password. Now, variable username, you can say variable username can be called adex123, and your password can be called, let's say, at YOU hash. We'll save. Now, what we are trying to do, now we can now say variable, let me say variable login. Is variable login. Now, what we're now going to do is to test if the username and the password are correct. So, we now say if username as user name equals ADAX123, you can say, I will now say, and we use the $, that's a variable password equals at YOU hash. Now notice something here. We are using strings. So for our string, we need to encapsulate it with the quotation mark. It is very important, or else you'll get a dreaded pass error. We only leave numbers or integers without encapsulating them with quotation marks. So I'm going to do the same thing here also. Now, the echo now is echo, they have the same values. So I'm going to delete the items here. Delete. Now we're going to test the if statement here. Save. Say if username has the value of this and password has the same value of this, echo the you are logged in. So I'm going to say, or I'll say you are a member. You are a member. Save. So let's test it from our browser now. Let's see what it gives us. We refresh, and you see you are a member. Now, what else can you do again? Let's decide to say, okay, we use the else statement. Else. Sorry. Else. And we decide to change the username. I will now say echo we say you are an intruder. Let me leave it like that. I save. Then we'll come to our browser. We'll refresh. And you get you are an intruder. And I might have to call the police at you. So now you can now see the usefulness of the if-else statement. Let's go on. Now in the next slide, the if-else statement. Instead of using multiple if statements, we can use the if-else statement instead. So we've done that. We saw how we use the if-else. This is the if, this is the else. You can also go ahead and check the way the syntax is being constructed. You say if condition in bracket, your curly braces, then the else statement with its curly braces. Now we have the if else if statement, which I gave you an example earlier. You have if statement with the condition image variable image 1 equals to 1, your curly bracket, then else if image 2 has a value of 1, then you end it with the else statement. This is another example of how to combine if else statements. Now we have more examples. You can go through this tutorial, and at your own time you can go through the examples and practice more on them. Now we have what is called the comparison operator. You saw me using the double equal sign and the not equal sign. We have other operators we could use also, apart from the double equal and the not equal sign. Now the first comparison operator you can see here means the double equal means as the same value of. As the same value of. The exclamation equals means does not have the same value. Then the less than value, the greater than value, and the less or equal to, and the greater or equal to. These are some of the comparison symbols which you can use for your mathematical operation, especially when you are using conditional statements. Now we have operators or operands. You also saw me use the ampersand, the image ampersand. Now ampersand means that both conditions must be true. Both the first variable and the second variable. Like in our example, the username and the password must be true. So we use the username and the password, ampersand. We also have another operator called the pipe operator. It is just directly below the backspace keyboard of your computer. That's if you are using a normal computer. So you can use the pipe stick instead. And what it means is, it means the word is an or. What it means is that one of those conditions, one of those variables has to be true. All it needs is just one variable to be true. Or unlike the ampersand, where both variables have to be true. Then you can change the ampersand symbol with the word and also change the pipe symbol with the word or. Now we have an operator called XOR, XOR, but it's hardly being used by programmers. But just for knowledge needs, just have it at the back of your mind that there's something called XOR. And it is at least one value true, but not both. So both value must not be true. We just need one, either the username or the password. Now, continue. Boolean. Now we need to understand what Boolean means. Boolean means that Boolean takes a value of two states. They are known as a true or false value in programming. True usually a value of 1 and false a value of 0. You set them up just like this. So in programming, especially in PHP, we have a constant. A constant is something like this. It's in capital letter and it takes a variable called true. Once any program, especially in PHP, sees this, it knows that we are using a constant which takes a value of 1 and false takes a value of 0. Now we need to go to HTML forms and PHP. In this lesson, we are going to treat how forms are being used, or how you can capture a form in PHP. That's the information in a form. How you can capture it in PHP and use it. It's very easy. Now, I'm going to come to our text editor. I'll clear all this. You still leave your opening and closing PHP tag. But what I need to do right now is to type our basic HTML tags. And if you are not used to HTML, there are lots of tutorials, but I'll soon do an HTML tutorial very soon. But just in case, you can just follow what I'm doing. What I'm doing here is I'm going to declare an opening HTML tag like this. HTML and the closing HTML. Now, next thing you're going to do is the opening head tag, head, closing head. Then, in between the head tags is the title tag. Then, after the head tag, we have our body tag. So we now have our HTML set. Normally in some other tutorials you will see tag called the doc type at the top like this. That's usually when you are running, you are doing your HTML5 doc type and called HTML and the ends it there. So next thing now is to declare a form. Declare a form like this. Form, then closing form. That is that. This tells the browser that now you are creating a form.